It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports, and we'll see Bryce Young. He's been sensational as he leads the league in touchdown passes. It's the Panthers and the Jets, and it's all up next on EA Sports.
Well, it is just the perfect time of year for a trip to the Carolinas, and that's where we find ourselves at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte.
Today, Week 17 is upon us, and we've got a good one in store here, as it'll be the New York Jets taking on the Carolina Panthers.
Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, we look at this Panther ball club as they enter play here. They come off a disappointment last time out that put an end to their modest 3-game win streak. Meanwhile, for the visiting Jets, they come in at 15-0, one win short of a perfect regular season.
And it's something we've only seen a couple of times. Miami in 1972, New England in 2007. We know they're not going to mail it in. They're going to go for it.
Here's a punter, Thomas Morstead, to get this one started. And off we go from Uptown Charlotte.
Taking it about the 1. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
And he just continues to throw touchdown pass after touchdown pass, leading the league here down the final stretch of the year. Guys will say that the numbers and the rankings, they don't matter to him very much, but I don't know how much I actually believe that. Sure, he's team first, but I think everyone would like to see him finish number 1, including himself.
They'll start on the ground with Pierce.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
This defense for the Jets, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
They sure did, and the key number to me was total offense allowed, which was barely over 100 yards. That's a heck of a sign that this defense is really putting all the pieces together and doing it cohesively.
And Pierce gets it again on second down. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to 49. Give him 18. It's a Carolina first down.
And that's a long line. That's an offensive line. They'll take that all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense and get a good make plays on the edge.
Back-to-back good plays. Have a room to move on first down. Young to throw it. And incomplete. A drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down.
You talk about this Jets defense.
They really played well in that win last week against Miami.
And what I saw on film was nearly an unstoppable pass rush. They had 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries. So now do you just max protect on offense, keep everyone in, and run, 1 or 2 receiver routes to make sure your quarterback stays up? We'll soon find out.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Young on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Some mistakes already in the first quarter. If he holds on to that one, first down.
Yeah, I guarantee it, at least one defensive back out there has reminded him of that fact, trying to get into his head and hoping that'll affect him the rest of the game.
On 4th down, Ryan Stonehouse on to punt.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot him. So here are the Jets now backed up to start their first drive. They'll be led out by their highly decorated quarterback, Aaron Rodgers.
So this is where we find out about the game plan and the trust factor, don't we? In this situation, the natural thing is take care of the ball. Run it inside. Everyone cover it. Just, get yourself some room and let your punter punt it out of there. But when you really got a QB you can trust, you might want to take a little shot early and try and create some space.
Well, that gives them a little room, but not much. A gain of 2 to the 5.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him And we'll step aside for a moment. Here's a 2nd and 8. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers to throw. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. So, Charles, for this offense, we've been talking all year about how difficult it would be to run the table. And you gave me your chances early in the year. You thought maybe 25%. A few weeks ago, you thought closer to 50, but not quite 50. Now, here they are, 15-0. This is happening, isn't it?
I think it is, Brandon, because I do believe this team is too invested, too well coached to fall asleep at the switch now. And I think it ultimately benefits them to stay engaged all the way through the season because make it to the finish line, then they get the open week to refresh and re-energize. If you get off the gas now, that can really hurt you come playoff time.
Here's 3rd and 7. Rodgers. He's airing it out for Williams. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
They are such a talented team at defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great confidence, great skill.
On 4th down, here's the veteran Thomas Morstead to punt for the Jets. Back deep, Rashid Shaheed. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. It'll be just an 18-yard punt. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their 2nd drive. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. A 1st down throw for Young. Got his man. It's Jonathan Mingo. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. This drive starting off on the right foot. 18 yards. 1st and 10, it's Pierce. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
It's a really nice job of picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Going up top. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And the Jets are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
Now the Jet offense about to take over as they head out onto the field.
Well, we do know, Charles, they will be in the playoffs. They currently sit at pole position number 1, but nothing's set in stone right now. They still have to earn that top spot.
And it makes me reflect back to preseason when you and I do our tours of camps. The prevailing message in each and every one of them was what? Win the division.
Win the division.
Win the division. You know you're in the playoffs. It means something. It means a home game. It means a number of other things. But winning the division is paramount. You're right. They won't step off the gas here.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Straight ahead is Hall.
the 15. That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. First down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
On first down, right back to Hall. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Holding offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Still first down.
Now a play fake. Rodgers. He's airing it out for Williams. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 49 yards.
Running their plays over and over during the week can often get robotic for an offense, but on game day they can often flow smoothly, as that one just did.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now Rodgers on the bootleg. Finding Williams once more, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. His second catch, this one not quite as dynamic as his first, and it's 2nd down. Play action. It's Rodgers. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they say it's incomplete. Garrett Wilson, the one he was looking for. And it's 3rd and 4. Look at this Carolina defense. They're a tough unit to throw against. Currently 4th toughest in the NFL.
Take those rankings, throw them right out the window, because this is what you prepare for. This is what you practice for. This is what you think about. The ultimate test, taking out the #1 overall offense in the league.
Play action. Now Rodgers. Looking outside, he's got a man. That's Williams. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. No score after 1 on EA Sports. The Jets with the football here to start the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 2nd and 1 coming up. Here's a give to Hall. Well, he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Breece Hall with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jets go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. Well, we had the scoreless first quarter of play. We sure didn't have to wait long into the 2nd quarter to get some action on the scoreboard.
So was the first quarter a feeling out process? I mean, that was an interesting quarter, wasn't it? Because we had some action, we had some good play, just didn't have any points. So now it's game on.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Young now. Swings this one out wide for Pierce.
So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. They couldn't get anything going there out on the right side of the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
And they're going to get this beyond the 30 before he's taken down. 21 yards there. 3rd down.
When you get a down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end. If he comes through for him, they can have the first down.
Give left side for Pierce.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield.
43 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down.
And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
3rd and short yardage, Young.
That caught by Tremble.
No gain on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
Breece Hall helped leading out this offense for another series.
He's over 40 yards here in the 2nd quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals.
They'll start on the ground. Hall.
Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room.
He's on his way. Breece Hall.
And all the way in. Touchdown, New York.
Breece Hall
with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Jets are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
Now Zerline on to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
Carolina getting set to take the field.
They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit. 14-0 the score as they regroup with 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Going for it with Pierce. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as he's on to punt for Carolina. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. This will be fielded at the 17. And he's going to step out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's Mike Williams now as his guys head back out to go on offense. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally, he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that, too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise, he can really decimate them.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability. That one goes for 30 yards.
Well, he looked his way quite a bit in this first half, and with good reason. You can see it there. He is such a handful defensively. Just too hard to keep him under wraps. He delivers a big play here for this offense.
Now it's Rodgers. They'll set up the screen for Hall. Touchdown! Breece Hall on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Jets will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. The touchdown all set up by the big play 1 snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play. Got the momentum going, right? You create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
Zerline good with a PAT, and that makes the score 21-0. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And I believe he was able to get this back. He was. Boy, after giving up the touchdown, lucky that didn't turn into another.
I didn't do this in college, but I did it in high school. When you return kicks and you lose it yourself, the panic that goes through you and the determination to get the ball back, I don't even know how to describe it. And I think we just saw an example there.
Yeah, and the relief when you get it back like he did.
Yeah, you go to the sidelines, you know you're going to get yelled at, but you can handle it because you got the ball back.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Young on first down. Finds his man. It's John Mechie. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Young will set to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. It's Young off play action. He throws it on the move but can't connect as that falls incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Third down, Young from the gun. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. The Jets going to go on offense one last time in this first half. And with a 21-0 lead already, no need really to take any unnecessary risks. Just 18 seconds remain till halftime as they come up on 1st and 10. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
We'll start up at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, and that one getting close to halftime with the Falcons out in front. K.J. Hamler, a touchdown reception. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. Terry McLaurin, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get down to Houston. Check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. Nico Collins, a touchdown reception. We were treated to a solid first half out of the running back, Breece Hall. He had 2 touchdowns on the ground and added another on the receiving end for good measure. He was awesome. Each team making their final preparations for this second half. We're about ready too, as we'll send you back up to Charlotte and rejoin Brandon and Charles at Bank of America Stadium.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. Xavier Gipson now from his end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now the Jets going to take over on offense to begin this third quarter. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
Hey, you're impressed, aren't you?
I am impressed. That means 2 weeks, if
That-
I'm not
that
mistaken,
does,
correct?
that does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games. Look, everyone's talking about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadrupled. And that's where we are right now to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
And a nice milestone reached on that last throw is here late in the season. He goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. To throw is Rodgers. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down.
Whenever I see an in-route dropped, as we just saw in that play, I'm always thinking that in the back of their mind, they're worried about what's coming at them because they're going towards traffic on that route as opposed to being away from it and maybe having a little bit more space.
Paul on a give up the middle. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
But really, that was no surprise there. They've been running it well all game. And I know goals change all the time, but any team will take that type of run each and every time.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now Rodgers. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Brian Burns in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, on that one, they go with a play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground.
And to run this play successfully, you've got to make sure that everyone is doing their part. You actually have to sell this play. You've got to sell the run action. Otherwise, why do you stop at the running back? You just run straight for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. Young looks to throw on first down.
Gets the dump off to Pierce.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
And this is going to be a Panthers first down as he's able to get this up to the 37-yard line.
I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender, and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go. Sometimes defender beauty.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Young working out of the gun.
That'll be taken in by Shaheed.
And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 40.
We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who is shaken up on that last play. Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now Young.
He'll find his man, LaVisca Chenault.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. The Young keeps it, moving right.
Powering his way forward. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown.
Bryce Young,
an 18-yard touchdown run.
And the Panthers get a bit closer.
That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and that'll cut the lead to 21-7. That time a 6-play drive.
And it was Bryce Young who finished things off with a touchdown run.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
And New York set to take the field.
Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
131 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Here's Rodgers. This one finds Wilson downfield. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 46 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Going right back to Wilson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another connection between the two. This one good for 12 and a 1st down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Elijah Molden up to make the stop. As they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's Jet football as they've got the lead here, and we get set to begin quarter number 4. Here's a 2nd and 5. Now whistles come in before the snap. Looked like one of the Jets may have moved. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. A false start penalty, and now they're back to needing 10 yards on 2nd down. On the end around, here comes Williams. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year, number 6 overall. And the Jets are closing in on that 16-0 record as they add on to their lead. So that drive there, CD, a good response, and that might be the one that gets them to the finish line, a comfortable lead.
Yeah, and that's all about not letting the team back into a game because they just gave up a touchdown. It was back to a 2-score game, and anything can happen in that situation. But instead, they came through with a really terrific drive right there that ended in 6. So you like to slam the door on teams? In this case, they're trying to lock it as well.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This fielded right at the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Young. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a screen.
They'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Quinnen Williams drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long.
You can almost see all the defenders rubbing their hands together with glee because we all know they relish the chance to bring down a quarterback of his caliber. Anyone who brings him down has plenty to talk about. Not just a sack, but a big win built off the efforts of this defense.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as he's on for the 5th time here today.
Keep it moving, keep it moving.
And it's fielded at the 34. A good head-down running on the return gets about 15 yards. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. And New York set to take the field. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the 4th. Rodgers and the Jets now with a 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 49. He'll give it to Hall to start the drive. Shrugs him off. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. Shaq Thompson on the tackle that time.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5. At the 46-yard line.
From the 46, here's the 2nd and 5. On play action, Rodgers able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Handoff running left. Here's Hall. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. 148 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
And 3 at the 12-yard line.
2nd down and 3. Now a play fake. Rodgers. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get. And now hold everything here as the challenge flag is out. And we're going to get a review of that last play. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So that challenge not successful there, and that's going to cost him the first of his timeouts. Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
Chalk that one up to bad acting, I guess, because they certainly failed to sell the handoff, and the pressure stayed keyed in on the quarterback. No Oscar awards for this offense, just a loss of yardage.
So Rodgers will depart, and on is Greg Zuerlein for the Jets field goal. From the left hash, this from 39. Zuerlein's kick is up and through, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The Carolina offense about ready to go. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Here's Young. Dancing to his left. Excellent work that time to get free, and for his exploits, he's going to be left with just a 3rd and 3. They'll come up now 3rd and 3. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. 3rd and 3. Young to throw it. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. To throw, Young. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. The play fake. Now Young. Oh, able to avoid him. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 20 yards. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. They go play action. Young. Looking deep here from Mechie. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Ashton Davis. And the Jets are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
The offense for the Jets ready to take over. Well, CD, this is the ideal situation in the 4th quarter. You come out here late, not much time on the clock with a comfortable lead, and put the final nail in the coffin.
Yeah, this offense, all game long, they've been powerful, they've been dangerous. You're exactly right. They can end this one on their own terms.
Rodgers throwing here. Throwing quickly to Wilson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. An excellent way to start the drive there at 18 yards. Partner, I know we're still in the afternoon slate here. Some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back. They're still throwing the football here in the 4th.
They certainly are, and let me tell you something. If you're old school, you don't like this at all. But in today's football, you just go ahead and savor it. Watch a team execute at a high level. Doesn't matter what the scoreboard says.
So it's a victory here for the New York Jets. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Air-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
So for the Giants, they have indeed reached a perfect 16-0, but now still one game remains before they join the 07 Pats and the 72 Dolphins as the only teams to finish a regular season unbeaten. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.